Today, from Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, it's the AFC Divisional Round Playoffs on EA Sports. Carson Wentz and the Indianapolis Colts versus Derek Carr and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Just a stone's throw from historic Monument Circle in downtown Indianapolis, we are at the beautiful Lucas Oil Stadium. Straight ahead, we punch the second of two tickets to the AFC title game, and we've got a great one in store between the Las Vegas Raiders and the Indianapolis Colts. Hello, everyone. As the postseason continues here on EA Sports, we're pleased to bring it to you. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And who has the edge here? You got one side that had some extra rest, but another comes in off a win last week in the wild card round.
And it's funny, depending on which team you are, you say that that's an advantage. You'll take the rest, you'll take the week off, get your guys healed up a little bit and ready to go. But that team that's coming in off of a win last week, they're really excited to keep playing. They feel like they are hot and ready to go.
So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
And he more than did his part in the wild card win.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play. It's second down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. He'll let this go deep for Ruggs. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Well, that's one way to convert on third down, picking up 26 yards.
Well, that was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. They will run out of the gun with Jacobs. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Next, the receivers don't spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense. One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. He's going to find and complete it to Renfro. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big-time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone. Because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for a Las Vegas first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid game.
He's got the first down inside the 10. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
And perhaps now close to the first points of this divisional round game as it's 1st and goal. Now Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
I thought they were onto something with their play call and kind of went in reverse a little bit. Threw it on 1st down, then ran it on 2nd down. Not successful either way. What play call do they come up with here on this important 3rd down try?
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Carr. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
Raiders 3, Colts nothing.
Not a touchdown, obviously, but playoffs, you're on the road. At least you put something on the board.
I would agree with that totally. You're not exactly sending a message to the opposition, but you are letting them know that you came to play.
And able to get this out to the 25. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And he and his team, they were the beneficiaries of a first-round bye earned by a tremendous regular season. He'd been a little bit nicked up, so he could use the rest. And I'm sure his teammates felt the exact same way. But now it'll be interesting to watch their first few drives in this one. Because sometimes getting the rest is great, but sometimes you accumulate a little bit of rust as well. Maybe they come out flat, and they can't afford that in the postseason. Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The throw right sideline here is complete. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards.
I don't think anyone would argue that having that extra week definitely helps come playoff time. And those were some fresh legs right there. That extra practice time and planning, certainly in evidence.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now Wentz. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. The extra effort after the catch makes it good for a gain of 26 and also a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. This will be caught at about the 6. And able to use his stiff arm for a little bit of leverage before he's taken down. A pretty good gain. A gain of 6 there on first.
5-yard line.
On second down, it's Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Colts have taken the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
Point after here coming up.
For the extra point.
He's got it. They'll see that opening drive field goal and raise it a touchdown, and that makes it 7-3. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. This one fielded at the 5. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
At their own 28-yard line.
Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. Carr and the Raiders come up first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. He'll give it to Jacobs to start the drive. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
No gain on the play. Brings up 2nd and 10.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 12 yards there and a first down. All right, I got to ask you, with these RPOs, essentially the quarterback has 3 options, right? So what's different from that versus the triple option that we see the service academies run at the college level?
As a general rule, the triple option at the college level, most things are called outside of the quarterback faking it to the runner and then keeping it himself and maybe having a trail back. What I mean is, in the NFL, that option to throw the football all comes about organically. It's a natural deal based on reads. In college, if you're going to throw the football for triple option, you've actually called that play.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
The tackle made at the 47-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
It's a jet sweep. This is Renfro. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
I think the reason that this play is so successful is not just the blocking at the point of attack, but how about the speed at which he takes the handoff? He's in motion already, so he's not coming from a flat start like a running back often is. He's at a full run by the time he gets the football.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. Here's Jacobs. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw.
Jacobs again.
Not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. Here's Carr. He shakes him off. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. from the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Raiders 3.
Second drive coming up here for the Indianapolis Colts. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Raiders 3.
And we're at the 41, 2nd and 9. They'll run with Taylor. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Give him 6 yards on the carry. It's going to be 3rd and 3 now.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and
Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man is Galladay, complete. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they showed confidence in their defense by punting it away.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. Legs still churning.
Like a giant pinball.
And he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. A loss on that play, and now 3rd down gets tougher, 3rd and 6.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Shotgun now for Carr. And he'll find Moreau here. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the 1st down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. So on 4th down, they bring on the Michigan man, Matt Wild, to kick it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. The big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and give these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete here.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It's now 3rd down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wentz. That's complete to his running back, Taylor. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. And I think that's a pretty good illustration of why they try to get the football into his hands out of the backfield. That was something else.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And according to Next Gen Stats, his top speed on that one, better than 20 miles an hour. Wentz now on 1st down. Gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the red zone now, Wentz. That's complete to Jonathan Taylor out of the backfield. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, 2nd down.
2nd and 7.
Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. They expect this from the visiting team when playing indoors, but not the home team.
They're supposed to get all the advantages, right? The home crowd's supposed to help them. They forgot where they were, perhaps.
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And 10.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Throwing now is Wentz. He'll get this one to Galladay. And they'll get him down short of the 1st down, right on the 10-yard line. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the 1st down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Rodrigo Blankenship for the Colts field goal.
The field goal. A 27-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. So they put together a good little drive there, but ultimately stalling out in the red zone.
Yeah, I know a lot of people look at it as a little bit of a negative. They didn't get 6 points out of it, right? Didn't get the touchdown. But that's actually okay. They got 3 points, able to give their defense a little bit of rest, let them settle down over there. So all in all, to me, that's a good drive.
The Vegas offense ready for their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule.
What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. The Raiders on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. And Robinson with a big catch. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. That's going to set him back 5 yards. Running is Jacobs. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. They went with the run-pass option, and I don't know if the option really mattered there because the defense was ready.
So many times you put the defense at a disadvantage because you have those multiple options, but when they read their keys and play it correctly, sometimes the result goes in their favor.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And he'll be brought down by the Colts. Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the interior of the defensive line. And these guys, they're normally anchors of that spot. And they don't often get clear shots at the quarterback. But in this case, he got past the center and the guard in no time and got there to make the play.
And the next-gen stat's going to illustrate just how quickly a quarterback has to process everything as he was on the ground in under 3 seconds, 2.9 to be precise. Throw left side complete. That's Jacobs. And he's able to get up here to the 26. That'll bring up 4th down. They wind up getting 8 yards, but they needed more than that.
That's certainly playing down a distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Here's Matt Weil now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. That'll be a 43-yard punt, just a single yard on the return. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Wentz. And that is incomplete. The Colts on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
3rd down and 10 yards to go.
Now Wentz. He'll get that one to Taylor complete. And he's got the 1st down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards the play.
3rd and 10 at the 50-yard line.
2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on divisional round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a very eventful divisional round weekend. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Normally, he's pretty reliable. He usually catches what's thrown to him. On that play, he simply dropped it.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From midfield, here's Wentz. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 33. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, it's Wentz. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Into the red zone, Wentz. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with exactly a minute to go before halftime. Ball sits on the 10, 2nd and 5. Wentz to throw again. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. Now the Colts going to burn the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Wentz again. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Colts are able to grow their lead.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Blankenship out for the point after. It's up and good, and that makes it 17-3. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it culminates in an Indianapolis touchdown. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as you're running.
The Colts are going to get him. Down he goes. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 30. Throwing on 2nd and long. Carr. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. This time they stay on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now a timeout called for by the defense as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. It's time for our player spotlight right now as we get a look at Carson Wentz. He's had one of those games that any quarterback loves, not only being able to complete some passes, but some deep passes.
And it's pretty to watch. I mean, it's an absolute joy to see, but let's face it, we got to give a little bit of credit where it's deserved, right?
Well, the protection's been great, if that's where you're going.
Yeah, protection's been phenomenal, but how about how it's been spotlighted, right? Our producer, Christian McLeod, our director, Kyle Burt, the rest of the crew, what they put together with these images and pictures, if you're an offensive lineman, that's what you're taking with you to contract time.
They're going to have a lot to take to contract time if this continues. So it's on to halftime in this AFC divisional round matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. We've already punched 2 tickets to the championship round this weekend. We'll get back to you guys and punch a third in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to Saturday's AFC divisional round game. And it was the New England Patriots who will be moving on as they were able to knock out the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, in our game, we've got 1 half remaining to find out who goes on to the AFC title game. And to bring it all to you, let's send it back out to Brandon Godden.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC divisional round. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Taylor. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Give the Colts 13 yards and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Now we've got whistles and a flag. Looked like one of the Colts linemen might have jumped. And that'll set him back 5. Wentz going to throw. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Kenny Galladay. A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 6.
On 3rd down, here's Taylor. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him a couple on the run as it brings up the 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll get about 6 up to the 27-yard line. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
3-yard gain on the play. Brings up 3rd.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Caught out left side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a carry for Jacobs. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Now a handoff here to his running back. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw with Carr. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. So it goes as a completed pass, but they lose a full 5 yards.
Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So after a rare misstep on this drive, they'll try to make amends on 2nd and 15. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get 3 up to midfield. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive.
3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
From midfield, here's Carr. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44.
Well, we're always talking about the athleticism we see from these guys on the field. How about the intelligence as well? He recognized that there was a screen pass on that one, broke off his pass rush, and got back to tackle the running back. That's great scouting and great reaction.
Here's Matt Wild now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Well, partner, there's a pretty easy explanation for his success in this one. He's very comfortable throwing the football. Did you just see that one? In the pocket, no real pressure, yet to be sacked today. When he's that comfortable, that leads to those types of completions.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. Now Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And the Raiders pick it up. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for 6 and a Raider touchdown. This defense, Charles, they needed some type of a spark to help get them back in this game. I think they just got their spark.
No doubt about it. You know, that's all they discussed. How can we get ourselves moving again? How can we get our team going? This definitely qualifies.
Hey, keep it going, dog. Keep it going.
Now Greg Zuerlein on for the extra point. And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score.
Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Indy set to go on offense once more.
They'll be looking to make amends for the events of a moment ago. A fumble return for 6 points.
You absolutely have to protect the football. That's got to be priority number one because margin for error is starting to slip away. And now it's down to a one-score game.
On first down, Wentz finds his big tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
1st and 10, Taylor now.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 36-yard line.
Now Wentz hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley Cox. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 5.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. It's Clinton Dix with a pick.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
The Raiders offense now, they try. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. And saying nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
And 7 yards to go.
And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. Here's Matt Wild now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Again, it's Taylor.
Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Shotgun now for Wentz. Open man is Galladay, complete.
And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
Receivers love having the reputation of being go-to guys on 3rd down, and he was fighting like he really wanted to have that reputation, didn't he? I mean, he came very close to making that a 1st down.
Broke the 1 tackle, but couldn't spring himself free. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. One quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And this is a unit that needs to get in gear if they want to play for a conference championship next weekend. Depth, and he'll be brought down by the Colts. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Another try after the 1st down sack. Carr, and a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
I like the design that we're seeing right there. This is what they need. Down by a touchdown here in the 4th. They just need to keep working their way downfield. And when they see openings, take their shots.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Carr. And trying to get it to Ruggs, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Corey Willis. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And this one not officially in the bag, but it's looking more and more like you and I are going to be in these same seats next week for a game to go to the Super Bowl.
And it's contrary to our meeting with the visitors, wasn't it? Remember when we went over to their hotel before the game, and one of the themes that kept hitting us with was, let's put the pressure on the #1 seed and see if they can handle it. Let's do that. Well, they're the #1 seed for a reason. Best team all year long. They're showing it again in this game.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Taylor. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Jonathan Taylor saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Colts use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
Apparently the week off hasn't hurt him one bit. 1,000-yard rush in the regular season. Got his 1st touchdown here in the playoffs. Perhaps the week off energized him.
A great article in the paper this morning basically saying that they would not have won the division without him, and he's not their only piece, but I think that's a fair statement.
It's easy to say it this way. He's their main cog.
And the lead is up to 14. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23.
23-yard line.
Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. With his guys trailing here in the 4th, he can ill afford a repeat of the interception that ended the last drive.
Yeah, you're 2 scores down. You take it upon yourself now to play perfect or near-perfect football if you want to get your team back into the game. But it's also tough to do when you're trying to avoid errors, yet still play perfect football.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Robinson.
7 yards, the pickup there.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's 3rd.
It's 3rd down.
The Raiders on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Carr.
Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. First down Vegas as Carr finds Ruggs that time.
4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get 1 more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Again, it's Carr.
He's going to find and complete it to Renfro.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The end result, 21 yards.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one.
Down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 now. Carr.
And he whips that one incomplete there. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. You can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
Got an open man. It's Ruggs. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
On 1st down, Carr. That is caught at the 7. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Colts pick it up.
These defenses have become so opportunistic, and no matter what you're playing, in this case wide receiver, you got to be careful.
You certainly do, because there is a phrase in today's football that we use all the time, completing the process of the catch. Well, it's after you do that where the trouble begins, right? Meaning you've tucked it away, you're trying to get downfield, but someone's always coming up trying to rake in the ball and knock it free.
So we've got a challenge. Our referee's going to take another look on the tablet. He's going to be watching to see if the knee was down prior to the ball coming out.
No, I love what you just said there. You nailed it, because if the ball's shifting or moving before the knee or any other part of the body hits the ground, then that'll be considered a fumble.
How about this starting field position? 1st and goal from 2 yards out. Throwing now is Carr. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he pushes forward, but comes up short of the goal line as he'll get a yard down to about the 1. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now whistles here, and I believe one of the Raider linemen might have been moving. Juwan James, the right tackle, first-round selection in 2014. He's the one that got flagged there. Carr now on 3rd and goal. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Carr. And that's going to be caught for a Raider touchdown. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in.
4th and goal, and they found a way to throw it in the end zone for a touchdown.
And these defenses, they just like 3 downs, get off the field. But here they had to go 4, couldn't get it done.
A lot of the time, you're looking up and saying, okay, if I hold them for 3, at worst, I give up a field goal attempt. When they go for it, sometimes it really affects the defense because maybe they're not mentally prepared to go that 4th down.
Play is under review.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
Greg Zuerlein lining up for the point after.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Zuerlein connects on the extra point, and now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now whistles, and we've got a man down. A man down here following the kickoff. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this has been a tight game to this point. Of course, they usually are at this juncture of the playoffs. But with the lead in the football, the clock right now their friend as they try to book their spot in the conference championship next Sunday.
I like that run right there, partner. Not the flashiest run, not the one that's going to break for big yardage, but he understands the situation, and taking care of the football, paramount, and he got it done.
Nursing that slim lead, you're exactly right. Hold on to that ball. They go to the ground again with Taylor. And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wentz gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, it's Taylor. And he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
But that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run. But for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
And this will be incomplete.
Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
The Colts on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Wentz. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big one there on 3rd down. They hit for 30 yards.
That is the exact right play call against that defense. So a hat tip to the offensive play caller because he won that part of the chess match. But give credit to his players as well. They won the execution part of it.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
To throw, it's Wentz. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. 3rd down here.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
Blankenship for the extra point.
The head coach relied on his eagle eye in the sky to make the right call and was told to challenge it, and it looks like it's paid off.
And from a coach's standpoint, when you throw that flag, it's probably a pretty tense moment. Here it pays off.
Yeah, you have that little bit of indecision. You throw it where you feel like you're right, then you think, uh-oh, did I get it right? In this case, they can celebrate.
That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Time again to see Josh Jacobs and this Vegas offense operate.
And as we peer at the numbers, he got off to a struggling start, but since then really found his rhythm.
And I think that comes together with not just the halftime adjustments, but just that quiet confidence. If you just keep doing the things you've been working on, eventually there will be creases. You know, find those gaps in the defense, keep working on them, and maybe what didn't happen very well for you in the beginning of the game, it starts to open up as the game moves on.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, Carr. Throw right side going to be caught by Waller. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line.
And he's got the hook up to Ruggs.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 27 yards there, a 1st down. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. And I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but it's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
And instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues. And now Indianapolis set to take the field. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th.
They run once more with Taylor.
And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor.
And he's able to pick up the 1st down here before he goes down at the 26. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. And they will take a knee here. So with that knee, they take care of business in the divisional round. They'll be back here at home next weekend. One more hurdle to get to the big show.
The good feelings, they just keep coming. They get to ride that wave for at least one more week because they have their big prize in their eyes, and that's getting into the Super Bowl. But they have to win next week after winning this one.
Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, one game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Colts are winners as we say so long from Indianapolis.